been trying to reach you all weekend just to ask you one simple question. Do you know who's cast in the lead role?
The play is called The Rich and the Destitute. It is an original comedy that I wrote that takes place in 2002 in a little small country town called Waterville.
Sunnyside eggs. And 3 sausage links.
And the story is about a former child actor named Baxter Cunningham who is traveling back to Waterville to visit
Who do I ask about making his food?
his family with his assistant and his camera crew with hopes of filming his return in hopes that it will revive his career.
Well, go on, blow out your candles and make a wish.
Oh, what? They aren't lit, but I'll blow them out anyway.
But he comes home to all of this unresolved conflict with his brother, played by Nick, who plays Wyatt, specifically feeling like Baxter thinks he's better than him, better than his family, and better than the town, and he doesn't like that. So Wyatt feels this need to put Baxter in his place and humble him a little bit.
There's a lot of things with this show that I think audiences will take away from it. I think first and foremost, it's very funny.
Yes, I do.
Oh, this is really nice. Get out of the way!
But most of all, it's about family and, you know, the fun, the highs, the lows, and there's a lot of that in this show, and you see a lot of development throughout the characters from the first time they enter the stage until the last, and I think that's a testament to Mark's writing, first off, but we're all bringing our own individual pieces and elements to it. Fun ad-libbing and things going on as we start to understand the character, and a lot of them really, really develop throughout the show and create just a dysfunctional family that you can't help but love.
I'm only gonna say this once.
Wyatt is probably the only, I don't want to say normal character, but he is what I like to think is the more relatable character for maybe people watching. I also knew how talented and versatile Nick is, that he would pull something very unique out of that character, that if it had been played by anybody else, it could have fallen flat. I wish I could take credit, but I can't.
Take a little bit of credit.
No, he says all these really funny things.
That was the hardest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Wait, what? That actually worked?
Nick Sanchez is Columbus, Ohio's answer to Timothy Chalamet. So ladies, if you're looking for a dashing hunk right here.
Oh, wow. Dashing hunk.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put that in my bio. Yeah,
sure.
That's great.
He's ready to take your calls.
An engaged man, but you know, all the other calls.
Well,
the acting calls. The calls are wrong.
I would describe her as this zany Southern woman who's really just trying to keep everything together. She's trying to run her business, be a good friend, and keep the peace between all her children.
Wyatt is described as one of the only normal ones of the family. I think he, can have a little bit of an attitude and be a little bit angry at times, but it's only because his family drives him nuts. But whose family doesn't drive them a little nuts? So I think we can all relate to Wyatt in many ways.
right.
What do you mean character? She ain't no character. She's just a kind, beautiful, lovely person who knows what everyone else should be doing, but they never listen to her. People listen to her, the world would be a whole lot better. That's what I have to say. Oh, she's a mess. I would say that she is lonely in more ways than one. Surprised she doesn't have children, but because she needs somebody to listen to her. But she has her friends that, more Leanne than I think Deborah, that will listen to her woes and take her slightly seriously. But she has a husband that clearly loves her, even through her crazy ass antics and her dramatic ways.
I think Harold is a I think he's misunderstood. Harold is a crotchety old man who can be somewhat of a drama queen, but also he's got a soft heart, and we see that at the end. And so I like the many the aspects of his character. It's deeper than what I originally thought when I read it at first. He reminds me of a few pastors I've seen over the years. I've had some of my family is from Eastern Kentucky, and I've been to a service or two with the pastor that reminded me of him. So he just reminds me of somebody I've seen before.
Crystal May is a selfish, desperate, egotistical asshole. I truly think that she is Baxter if he hadn't left Waterloo.
I would describe my character as he's a good guy. I would say he's a good guy, but he's also I would say he's insecure because he just wants people to like him, and I kind of relate to that myself. I just want people to like me, and I think that's what Dwayne wants as well.
I will describe Sarah Lee as a very sassy but sweet person. She's also in competition with her friend Crystal May, and it's just like I can get like one up on you and how to go about that, and just yeah, I really enjoy playing this character and getting to be sassy but also sweet.
So Sebastian is the agent slash assistant slash friend of the maybe some setting isn't quite the right word, actor Baxter. He's this plucky go-getter. I think he has high aspirations for himself, but at the end of the day, what he wants the most is to just make Baxter happy and keep him successful.
I would describe her as like sassy, but also like she's only sweet to people she likes, so she's like cliquey, and she's also like fierce, and she won't like take rudeness. Like if you dish something out with her, she will not take it, and she will fight back. I would just describe her as like lazy, and like she's just very unamused by everything, and she just doesn't like people.
Like, my first impression of him is he is just an honest, hardworking, Southern gentleman, and he just happens to have a crazy wife. So, and I think that he, I have a feeling like he and his wife, Honey, their relationship is based on sort of like that physical like argument, and then just making up. But yeah, simple Southern man just works really hard.
Dean Lockhart is a famous actor turned country singer. He is the competition to Baxter Cunningham, and he is superbly confident. He walks into the room and knows he's the center of attention.
I would describe my character as very much the ambitious type that really wants to get the shots, but I feel like not realizing the history and how all the characters, like he went in thinking, oh, I'm just gonna record this show, but there's a lot of like open doors, closed doors that open there. He's like, wait, what? So I feel like it's just, he's really ambitious, but he was like, whoa, what have I got myself into?
I would describe Baxter as vain, self-centered, egotistical. He is a character that I wrote based off a couple actors that I had worked with when I was volunteering for various Comic-Con conventions. And Baxter's somebody that, even though he's in some ways a bit of a villain, you love to hate him, and you love to see the misfortune that follows because he earned it.
Actually, yesterday something happened and it was hilarious. As we were starting to take our places for scene 6, it was still dark back here, the curtains closed, and this song was on, so I was like, oh, this makes me want to dance. So I was back there dancing, and then as each person came up on the stage, they started dancing too. So we had like a little dance party back there, and then Nick, I did not know there was a gun, fake gun out there, but the song was like, hit me with your best shot. So he grabbed that gun and was dancing around with it, and it was hilarious.
I think one of my favorite memories is the read-through we did for the show. I didn't really know a ton of people in the cast, and it was our first time reading it all together as a group. And it took about twice as long as it should have because we were laughing every few seconds. So it was a great, way to meet everyone, get introduced to the characters, and get a feeling for just how fun this show was going to be.
Well, I have to rally those people backstage every night, and I have to tell them to simmer down and quiet down and listen up and play right. And if they don't, then I go back there and I just have to crack a few skulls. That's what we got to do. That's what we got to do to get the show on the road. Like I said, if people listen to me, things will be a whole lot easier.
Chasing anyone with underwear is a good time. Everyone should try it. So being able to freely do that and have the response I've been getting, even the little bit of chuckle that we got last night, it felt nice to be able to do that. Because I've always wanted to do it. So thank you, Mark, for giving me that opportunity.
I believe it was the first night, Thursday night, I went to the Van Fleet to use the bathroom, and I didn't want to cut through the ladies' dressing room, so I went through the other way. And on my way back, it was completely dark, and Cheyenne was coming out of the girls' dressing room, and I scared the holy you-know-what out of her. And so I got a good laugh.
I have really enjoyed being in the space. I tend to be more introverted. I don't really talk to people, but the forced closeness has really made me open up, and I really enjoyed hanging out with the cast.
I would say there was this one time when we were rehearsing at the library. We were in the, and I think it was Leanne and Deborah were out, and Nathan and Wyatt had to play their roles, and they did a very good job, and it was pretty funny.
Just see everyone on stage be goofy and getting to work with new people, being able to come to the theater and work with everybody and see all the hard work they put in.
It's not a specific time, but recently, close to the opening of the show, Mark, who plays Baxter, and I have been experimenting with different entrances and exits, and we started exiting stage during scene 5, right in the middle of the show, in this sort of hectic scene, and introducing this exit. We stay backstage for maybe a minute or two while there's a lot happening on stage that we maybe didn't necessarily want to block since we didn't have lines or a lot of interaction. And just having that little moment of a break and a little chat and regroup with him off stage has made a really big difference in the show for me.
I would say every time someone, if they would stutter or something, we would all we wouldn't be mad at them. We would just laugh and have a good time, and it was just overall it was a good time with the cast.
Oh, from behind the scenes, actually, Simon doing close-up magic would be my favorite. But other than that, as much as I hate to admit it, it's a love-hate. The female side, they will sing. And whatever songs they are singing will be stuck in my head. But I also can't imagine a show that they don't sing. So it's another just love-hate.
It has become a tradition that every night before the show, Maggie, who plays Deborah, will come through the dressing area in character and tell us all to shut up before the show starts.
I would say definitely the interaction we've had during rehearsal a lot of the us goofing around, playing around, us trying to ad lib things, and not necessarily stuff that's going to be in the show, but we'll just like goof around and throw random things in, and it's just been really fun.
Some of my favorite memories from backstage is when I get to talk to people behind the scenes, like when we're waiting to go on. Specifically with Cole, he plays my assistant Sebastian. We get to just talk crap and goof off right before we go back on, and we kind of laugh at what people are doing on stage that we can hear. And so it's fun to like giggle with each other. And again, I really love getting to improv with people when we're in character, even if it's not our lines and we're just kind of off to the side in the scene. Specifically, Cole will just be saying the most ridiculous stuff. I think there was one day where there was food on the table, and I told Cole, Sebastian, to eat it because I had made it, and I wanted him to eat the food, and he didn't want to eat it. But I pretty much just shamed him into doing it. And then after I found out, I got worried that I thought that Cole was vegetarian, and then I might have made him eat sausage on stage. I felt this tremendous amount of guilt that Baxter wouldn't feel. That's because I'm not Baxter, right?
I've enjoyed, honestly, trying to perfect this Southern accent. I've remembered things my grandma used to say, like the word flowers, she used to say flowers. So I've incorporated that and some other things that she used to say.
I think what's been the best about being Wyatt is getting to interact with all the people he gets to interact with on the show. He's got a sister, a mom, a brother, and just a whole fun cast of characters. The little ad-libs that Deborah and I do reacting to everyone else's shenanigans. I think those are some highlights for me throughout this experience.
Listen, I'm blunt. If people want to know the truth, they should come sit next to me. If they don't, then fuck them. I mean, to hell with them. If people want to know the truth, they should come sit next to me. And if they don't, then to hell with them.
I get to take whatever little bit of dramaticness that I naturally have and amp it up probably about 1 billion. And it kind of starts off slow, but it builds into an outrageous rant of crazy, and it just feels like, you know what? If I'm going through something before I come in here, I'm like, you know what? Just wait till I get to rehearsal and I can release my inner honey.
Harold, I would say for certain, getting to be somebody that I'm not normally. I definitely, it's definitely stretched me, and so that's been fun. The same with Pastor Simon as well. 2 completely different roles and 2 people that I am not in real life, but equally as fun.
The thing I enjoy about her the most is that I can pretty much do whatever I want and it feels right. Like, she has no boundaries. I just kind of exist in the moment and do whatever feels right.
I like playing the role of Dwayne because I think it allows me to kind of embrace like my wacky side and just be like sort of funny and silly on stage. It's all just one big joke, really, and I really enjoy that.
I like I said before, the sassiness and the sweetness, and just being able to, you know, kind of be a little different from myself because I'm not really a sassy person, all like that. So getting to be a little more sassy. And get to just, you know, have a wig on and wear a beautiful dress and everything.
I've really enjoyed having this very, very optimistic attitude. I think Sebastian has a lot of energy that I don't personally exhibit in my day-to-day life. So just being able to play this character that is almost like unapologetically chipper almost at all times, I think has been really fascinating to work with.
I like the physical, like, confrontation between me and Crystal May, and I think it's fun to actually fight because I've never done it before, so it's like a first timer in fighting, and so I think it's cool, and I like to see how the audience reacts. I would say just getting the boom mic / duster in their face because it's funny to just see their reactions.
Oh my gosh. Honestly, it's picking up Dwayne and then just breaking down. That's probably my funniest thing. And then getting Honey to trust that I will just suspend her in the air and not drop her. And then, honestly, probably the laugh is the biggest thing, only because like it's at first it was like, how am I, going to keep laughing and laughing, and then it gets easier and easier. Like I will try to use my peripherals, like to see everyone's like independent reactions, and it makes it easier to actually make the laugh more natural.
Dean Lockhart is a little different, I think, than characters I typically play. And he's also pretty different from myself in a lot of ways, so it's kind of fun to inhabit that and play that.
I enjoy, this is my first time doing a play, and I feel like everybody has been very welcoming, and it's been very helpful in my nerves for the play.
What I've enjoyed most about playing Baxter is the freedom that I get to be as ridiculous and over the top as I can be, and also getting to spend so much time with all of the cast and getting to bounce ideas off of them and improvising with Cole or improvising with Nick or even Ari and various scenes that we have, and everybody is really good at just whatever you throw at them, it sticks and then they'll get right back, and it's always in character and fun.
From another character, it's Deborah saying, I'll beat the hell out of you. But what makes it even funnier is I didn't realize she was also punching people in the dark while she said that, which makes it so much more funnier. I think from my own, there's a lot, but I really like saying, it's okay, Baxter, look on the bright side. You can start spending more time with us.
I think my favorite line as Wyatt would be, can someone tell me what the hell's going on around here? I'm more confused than a homeless man on house arrest. I think there's a lot of fun little metaphors in this show, and I think that's one of my favorites. But there's a lot of other fun character moments and lines in the show. I think one that comes to mind is Honey's "smell 'em," referencing the underwear. You just have to see the show in order to understand what that means.
Well, pretty much all my lines are my favorite. I mean, I speak the truth. I don't know. I do like all my interactions with Honey because she's just a mess. So whatever I can do to kind of clean that up. Harold's a mess too. Other characters, there are so many funny characters in this play. I have not laughed this much since I think the 70s. So yeah, I've been really rolling on the floor. You can see it in my eyes right now, right? How much I enjoy this play. There's some good stuff here. You should all come on down and see it.
I think, well, because it starts off so serious, which is like we all stop behaving like children and smell the underwear. That is a beautiful line. I will take that with me and cherish it. It's silly as it sounds. I like Leanne's line too, and she's just like, oh, there could be so much fun to be had in the dark. I mean, like, chaos is going on, and she's just finds joy in the middle of chaos because we're doing it together as a family. So I think that's precious because family is key.
This was said the other night, but I love calling you a nitwit. I think that's funny. And I love Leanne's line when she talks about Stump's lazy eye. Hardly noticeable, whatever she says, that just gives me a giggle.
My favorite line to say is probably, "You are the dumb bitch, bitch." Just because I feel like it's so funny and stupid. But my favorite line that Harold says is, "To order, you nitwit."
I think my favorite line as Dwayne is when I'm saying my monologue and I say, I just don't want to feel tied down because I'm this majestic bird and this bird's gotta fly. Caw. And my favorite line that Wyatt says is, I'm more confused than a homeless guy on house arrest.
So the first one I would say is from Ariel's character, Honey, when she is talking to Maggie, her character Deborah, and she's all like, oh, Deborah! And then one of my lines that I like when I'm talking to Crystal May, when I'm like, it wouldn't be even, you dumb bitch.
My favorite line from somebody else might be when Simon, who plays Dwayne Defender for without spoilers, has a bit of a moment where he tries to act all cool, and he refers to himself as a baby bird ready to take flight, and he just pulls out some sunglasses and whips his coat back and just goes, caw, and it's an incredible moment to witness. As far as mine, you'll just have to see the show to find out.
I would say my line would probably be stupid when I tell that about Holden, and other people think it would be Nick when he's like, that's a crocodile. I don't think it'd be out of character at all. That would be my favorite.
Favorite line of the show. Every character has something. Your improv, when you ask, I think for a Valium, is really funny because I can, even though I'm backstage, I can just imagine like between you and Baxter, like getting the Valium. When Luella, you want to Vicodin? That is hilarious. When Harold's like, you mad at me, Lorna? Everybody has something funny. And my personal line was when I took the line infidelities and made it infidelities and made it kind of funny. And then my beautiful wife decides to steal it. So now it's just, oh.
I think it's as much as I love all of the lines in the show, I think it remains Dean Lockhart's first line that he says off stage in his southern drawl. What a dump!
I like it when Sarah Lee is saying the whole risk it, just because I feel like she comes out of character. She has this kind of character that everybody sees, and then she kind of like, she's all like the type that's like, oh, I do nothing wrong, and then she's like, risk it.
Mm-hmm. What do you mean I wrote it? They're all my favorite. I'm kidding. No, there's a couple. One of my favorite lines is Baxter is saying, I miss the days when it was my ass being kissed. And as some of the other characters, I like when Deborah quips at people. It'll be like, for example, Crystal May will say something like, "And what does Mandra say about me, Mama?" Cheap. Stuff like that. I enjoy those little one-liners, so.